Namaskar. Today we're going to discuss a tapping technique for anxiety. It would seem from the feedback that we get that a number of people are suffering with anxiety, a lot of stress, some depression. So we're looking at some simple ways, go-to ways that would be good for if you were having an anxiety attack. And I'm going to just do a little demonstration here. My fingers right here, I have them this way for a couple of reasons. One, if I'm going to tap on the breastbone, which is what we're going to do, what's going to happen here is it's going to send, the vibration or the tapping itself, both, is going to send energy back and forth and stimulate the thymus gland. Okay. Some people, what happens is they feel that when the tapping happens, they feel that there's not very many positions that they can be in where they are receptive to this tapping and the energy. To be honest with you, it's not that easy to pull off if you're on your back or if you're standing, but if you're seated like we are, you're fine. Yang is going to demonstrate this technique, and I'm going to talk. And go ahead. So a couple of things we want to mention. You're trying to get as you tap, all 4 of your fingers involved. And you're touching, go ahead and tap. There you go. Don't get too aggressive. Okay. Now, he's trying to touch with his finger pads, okay? The pads of the fingers, not the nails. For those of you who have really long nails, not so deep, more of an angle out like this, because you're touching with your finger pads right here. You're trying to make sure it's not the nail. Okay, the other thing is you can move it up and down, but you never go down to this area, the solar plexus. So you're staying above, and you can kind of float back and forth with this one. This is another good one for closing your eyes. Now, for example, if I'm having an anxiety attack on the subway, maybe this isn't such a good idea. The people on the subway might wonder if I need some extra assistance. But if you're home, or if you're in the office and you're in a cubicle and you have some privacy, here's a technique to go to. Okay, relax. By now his stress is gone. Okay, now what we're going to do, the next thing we're going to do is another technique which we've worked on before, and this one is more seen in soft martial arts, or we'll call them Chinese internal martial arts. What I'm doing here is the same thing, okay? Now, the nails would be involved a little bit more. Go ahead. So, the nails would be involved a little bit more. So if you have long nails, this one's out. You wouldn't want to do this one. You'd want to do the first one that we did. But for those of you who have very short nails, for one reason or another, this is one variation to try. And it's a little bit more of a smaller area you're working. Personally, I myself like the first technique a little bit more, but this technique, some people swear by it, so I wanted to point it out as a variation to go to. Nice job. Thank you. Besides this, and in addition, we're going to cover anxiety a little bit more and some techniques for anxiety. Some of them will be asanas and so forth. But one of them to try right away, beside this, would be the alternate nostril breath. So that's one to consider practicing, because this tapping will relieve your anxiety. It won't make the problem go away. But what it will do is make it so that you can handle your problem a little bit better. And then maybe while this is going on, you can work on some kind of a solution or resolution. With that said, we're going to bid you farewell. Om Shanti.